What's up guys, it's TheGearChange here, back with another video, and today I am in the inside of the XR5 for a change instead of out the back, and I'm going to be changing over the lights in the interior. I put LEDs in the car shortly after buying it, and I guess just due to time, it's been about 2 or 3 years. I think they've just sort of worn out. The one in the back right here just sort of fizzled out. I hopped in the car one night and was like, oh, why is it so dark back there? So I ordered this little kit off of AliExpress. It cost me around $12, free shipping. Ordered it on the 21st of June and today's the 27th. So I got here fairly quickly. So yeah, just gonna sort of, I guess, unbox all the little LEDs that are in here, and whichever ones I need, I'll put throughout the car. So I'm probably not gonna need the footwell ones because they're blue and the previous owner put them in. I don't really need to change them, but yeah, they've got apparently lights for all the different areas in the car, so I'll see what I sort of need to replace and can put in, and we'll show you guys how to sort of pop all the brackets out and everything. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so here is the little box. Basically has everything you need in it, as well as a tool. So you got vanity, mirror, light. So yeah, they're all sort of labeled, as you guys can see. So whichever ones you need, you sort of just take out. So front dome, rear dome. So I don't know how many LEDs are actually in the kit. I haven't actually counted, but there's a fair few here. So yeah, rear dome lights. So I'll show you guys how to pop them out because they are quite tricky. I'm glad it came with a little sort of orange tab tool so you don't break the clips, because to be honest, they're not too strong. So yeah, what else we got in here? Trunk light, which I don't really need as I've already replaced mine. Footwells, so that's for the lights that are down here. So if I turn my car on and like open my door, you'll see that it turns on blue. So they're just under there on both sides. So I don't really need them, as I obviously don't want them white, I want them blue to match the car. But yeah, and then the last one is a glove box light. So supposedly that goes in here, up and in here somewhere. So don't know if that is true or not. I'll have to see if it actually fits, because I'm sure I've tried it before and it didn't work. But yeah, that's everything that's in the little box. So we'll get to it and see what lights we'll do. I'll probably start with this back seat one here. You guys can probably see I don't even think it's clipped in properly all the way. It's a little bit tricky to get out, but yeah, we'll see how we go. Alright, so I thought to start with we would do the vanity mirror lights. So on both sides, they are sort of a halogen globe. Supposedly these fit. I assume they do anyway, because that's what the kit says. So as you guys can see here, there's like a little tab just in here where my sort of fingernail is. You can sort of just get your thumb in and they slide out, so you can sort of pull it out a little bit, and then you've got enough space. So that's the original globe there. You just have to carefully pull that out, and then I assume chuck this one in its place with the tabs. So I'm assuming it'll be a hell of a lot brighter. I don't know how tight this globe is actually in here, so I'll see if I can put the hat attachment on for the camera so you guys can see me sort of take the globe out and put the new one in, because it's a bit hard if I'm sort of one-handed. But yeah, I'll do that so we can take this globe out and put the new one in, and I guess compare the differences between this side and that side. Alright, so I've loosened it a little bit in these sort of metal tabs here, and then you just sort of carefully pull it out. I know you're probably meant to use a cloth to do that with halogen globes, but I'm not exactly going to be putting these back anytime soon. So there is the tab. So I guess we'll get this packet here, carefully open it up and get a new one to replace it. So open that, and here is the LED replacement. So looks pretty simple. So I assume we just sort of slot this in here. I assume it goes in like that, and then it should just pop it back in. Yeah, there we go. Much better. So I guess that's a comparison. So turn that LED one on there, and then the halogen. So yeah, very, very big difference. Quite bright, as you guys can see, like it sort of lights up the car. So that's a much better improvement. So I'll just do the same to the other side. So that'll be the vanity mirrors done. All right, so the next area that you'll have to do if you buy this kit or just want to change over your LEDs will obviously be this sort of front seat sort of area one. I've already got LEDs in here. These ones haven't blown up yet, but I've at least got spares now. So you got that, and your side ones like that. I'm not sure why it sort of lights up yellow, but you can carefully just grab with your fingers like that, and it unclips carefully. And then I'll bring the camera around. So you've got one big one in there and then two smaller ones. To be quite honest, I reckon I might just switch them over anyway since I've got the new ones, and then keep these as spares. I don't think these ones were the best quality. They've held up fairly well, but they aren't as bright as they used to be, so I may as well change them over. As I said, they've been in the car for a few years. But yeah, so you got 3 different slots, and again, they're not too easy to put in. I mean, not too difficult, sorry. So yeah, you can just sort of do it one-handed, two-handed, as long as you just don't turn it on, otherwise it'll get quite hot. But yeah, I'll take these ones out and replace them. Alright, so I have just taken the old ones out, which are in here. You guys can see the one at the very bottom is still a new one. It's just a spare, but I've taken those ones out and I've put the newer ones in. So you've got that one there, that one there, and that one there. I guess I'll just sort of carefully clip that back on. That, yeah, it's pretty good. So you got that one, and then the middle one, which is way brighter than the previous. That is really, really bright, so that's really good. So yeah, that's that one done. I guess we'll move on to the back seat now. Alright, so once you've got a Torx bit sort of screwdriver, you got to remove 4 screws. So one there, one up in here, one there, and then another 3 at the bottom. They're hidden behind these sort of little rubber tabs. And once those are out, you can get to the glove box LED, or I mean halogen, that's up there and replace it. So I have tried to put an LED in there before, I think last time, and I don't think it really wanted to fit. So I'm curious to see if this will work. We'll soon find out, I guess. If not, I'll just put everything back to how it was. Alright, so here is the old globe, still a little bit warm. Probably a bit hard for you guys to see, it's probably not focusing very well, but yeah, so that's the old one there. I basically popped it out with these sort of 2 little clips here. As you guys can see, there's sort of little tangs on the ends of these that sort of hover around it, so you can sort of just pop it out by hand with these sort of tabs. And then if you flip it around and have a look in there, you can see that that's where the globe goes in. So I'll grab this new LED one that you guys can see. It's a little bit bright, but and then we shall pop it into place. So there we go. Boom. That's really, really bright. But yeah, so I just popped it in its slot there, and then you basically just gotta line up these 2 tabs and just pop that in like that, like so. So there you go. So yeah, it's pretty exposed in there, but once I get the sort of compartment area for the glove box screwed back in, you'll get the little light through there to sort of light up the glove box, which will be nice for a change, because halogens are great, but they aren't very bright. So you know, of a night time, it's very hard to see things. So I've replaced that one there, the back seat as you guys saw, and these vanity mirrors. So yeah, I'll put this back in and see if there's any other sort of spots we need to put any. So here I am in the back seat of the car. You can see I've put the new LED in there. The old one was pretty much stuffed. And the one thing missing is the on and off switch. Now, with my on and off switch, I've never actually taken it out or really touched it, only to replace the previous halogen globe. And as you can see, I've bent my tabs inward a little bit. So when this was sitting up and onto sort of the contacts for the actual light, the one here on the left was bent the other way. So I was wondering why it wasn't lighting up, because obviously when you've got the door open, as you guys can see over there, it lights up. So yeah, the tab was a bit bent the other way, so I just sort of carefully did it with some pliers. So once it sort of sits up and in there and I get the plastic surround, I should be able to just sort of have it on like that one and turn it on and off. So a little bit tricky compared to all the others, but all in all, it's not too bad. This prying tool makes life really easy, so I'm glad it sort of came with that in the kit. So I'll put this little switch thing back in and the cover and show you guys what it looks like when it's lit up. Alright, so there it is with the cover on, obviously off, on, so yeah. And it will stay in that sort of on position as it's in the sort of middle spot like the front of the car. So that'll do it for the rear seat. I honestly don't think I need to do the trunk light, the trunk, or boot as people call it, not trunk. I'm not American. But yeah, it's already sort of been done. I've already put an LED in there and it's not too bad, so I don't really have to change that one. And I guess for the sort of tailgate or whatever, or boot, these lights are just sort of one unit, so I don't really need to do it per se. So I reckon that'll do for the lighting. So I've just finished putting all the LEDs in the interior of the car. As you guys saw, I tried my best to sort of film it all. Some of the clips were quite hard to do one-handed. I did have the little hat attachment on, but the camera ended up being too close and it wouldn't focus. So yeah, it was a bit tricky, but I just thought, why not? The kit turned up today. Some people might find it useful. A lot of the videos that are sort of more basic sometimes help a lot of people out because they want to know how to sort of put lights in certain places. But yeah, the kit was $10, $12, something like that. And to be honest, to get here in under a week from China is pretty quick. So I'll link it down below for any of you who are interested, maybe you want to get one for yourself. Definitely makes the car's interior feel a lot newer too. I'm glad it came with like the vanity lights and whatnot, and yeah, I think it just sort of has made the car feel a bit newer and nicer. So simple addition, didn't cost too much, and I guess you could sort of call it a mod, not really, but yeah, either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked the video, be sure to subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.